Hello, everyone. It's Coach Allison back with week 18 Defy Aging. So this week we are sticking with a circuit on the turf, and there are also still 7 stations, just like there was last week, and also 3 rounds. But there is some differences, I promise. This week we're going to do different timings. So we're going to have the work and the rest time for each of the rounds is going to match. So round 1 is going to be 40 on, 40 off. Round 2 is going to be 30 on, 30 off, and then round 3 is going to be 20 on, 20 off. So you get a nice, short, sweet round for that final round. Yeah, that's about it. And then, of course, a team builder at the end. That'll be super fun. Let's review the exercises for the week. Station 1, or I guess depending on where you start, it's going to be a lateral step up. So going sideways into your step up. So for this, well, I'll show you, I guess, in a second. Put your 1 foot on your step, on your box, and again, you can choose your height that's appropriate for you, so that might look different for everybody. But make sure that you're leaving some space here for your other foot. That's very important. So we're not stepping like right on the edge, because then you won't have enough space here for your other foot. And we step up, and we come down. We're going to leave this leg here. Now, if we were doing the whole time on 1 foot, I would probably have you bring the foot down each time, but since we're going to be turning around halfway through the set, I don't want to kind of waste time with bringing that foot down and up. It might kind of make it so we only get a few steps with each leg. So anyway, I suppose I didn't have to explain that, but so go up, down, and just keep going on that side. Halfway through the set, I think it's quicker just to spin around and start on the other side, as opposed to like running around to the other side, getting situated. I personally think it's faster just to turn around instead of walking all the way over to the other side. That's just my opinion. So you do whatever you think is faster, but halfway through each set, we'll turn around, and that's how we'll make sure we're getting both legs working for each round, and that is station 1. Okay, station 2 is a chest press variation, of which there are many, and we definitely try to utilize all variations. This week, though, it's going to be an up, up, down, down pattern, which is great for a lot of things, but I also like the mental components, the cognitive component of this, because it makes you really have to sort of focus on this pattern. So anytime we do a chest press, start with the weights kind of in your lap before you lie down with them, and then kind of bring your elbows out. We never want the elbows straight out to the side. That's not great shoulder health, safety, placement, any whatever word. So you kind of dip those elbows down just a little. See how my elbows now are angled slightly kind of downward. Does that make sense? So we go up, up, down, down. And that is our pattern for this chest press variety this week. Does it do anything different for the chest work? No, it's just, again, it's just a variety. And there's a lot of cognitive component here because it can be a little confusing. One thing I will point out is watch out for that second arm to go down, and I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to switch sides and go up with my left first. Now, as I'm bringing my left arm down first, okay, I'm wanting to leave this arm super straight and strong and really straight. But what sometimes can happen is while you're bringing that first arm down, the second arm can kind of start to trail before it's turned to come down. Did you see that? Up, up, down. See how it kind of started to go down too early? So I want you to watch out for that and make sure you're keeping that second arm locked in place until it's ready to come down. Okay, and that again just takes a little bit of focus. When you're done, place them down like this. That's going to be the safest for your shoulders. And anyone who's staying off the floor, we talk about this a lot with floor stuff. The coaches can wheel a bench, an incline bench. So you're sit on a bench and you recline back, so kind of on a little recliner. And you can do that exact same exercise on an incline bench, should be just fine. If we don't have enough to accommodate, we should. We shouldn't have to have more than 2 people at a station. But you can also do this. You can do it with bands. So a band hooked up, anchored behind you. If need be, we could do this with a standing band chest press as a last resort. If we needed to, that would be just fine. But I think an incline bench is best. Next station, we're going to get back to some deadlifts this week. Now we're doing a double kettlebell Romanian deadlift. normally when we do a kettlebell deadlift, it'll be a single. We hold one heavy kettlebell in the middle of our body. If we're doing something in each hand, we always grab 2 dumbbells. This week, we're just grabbing 2 kettlebells. The weight distribution of kettlebells compared to dumbbells is just different. It's bottom loaded as opposed to weight on either side of your hand. Again, it's just variety. Neither one is better or worse. So anyway, we have to make sure you have the same weight in each hand. After that, we know deadlifts. We do them quite frequently. It's a hinge movement, so make sure you're not just bending forward, rounding your back like this. Ooh, that didn't feel good, even just doing those couple reps. But you keep your back really flat, tall posture to start. See, I already straightened my posture before I even started. And then you hinge from this hip crease, from this hip joint here. Hips go back, soft bend in your knees so we don't, do anything bad to the knee joint. Soft bend in those knees, hinging, back flat. Let those kettlebells kind of draw straight down the fronts of the legs, kind of right down the shins. Kind of trying to show you all angles so you see where my kettlebells are and what's happening. It's not necessarily a goal at all to touch the floor. Actually, you shouldn't touch the floor because the kettlebells should actually be drifting right over your feet. So if you got low enough, they should actually touch your feet, but you don't need to get that low. You should never necessarily break parallel with your back. So see how my back right here is about parallel to the floor? That's actually almost a tiny bit higher. But that's about as low as you would want to go. So you're never ever going like this with a deadlift. So parallel is as low as you would ever want to go, but you don't even have to get that low. But yeah, so we're doing our deadlifts. Make sure you don't shrug. Don't shrug your shoulders at the top. Sometimes when we stand up from a deadlift, we have this inadvertent urge to want to shrug. I don't really know where that comes from. I think it's because we're just tense and we're holding things. So since you're holding something, you feel like you want to shrug. Don't do that. Keep your shoulders down, away from your ears at all times, even when you stand up. So we're going to get a feel for those kettlebells this week, getting away from the dumbbells. Let's give this one a try. Next up is a band one. It's an anti-rotation circle. So you get your band anchored up to your side, at the side of you. Arms are locked in straight. So we want 0 bend in the elbows for this one. Hands should be chest height and straight out from your chest. Nice sturdy stance with the legs. And without turning or twisting or rotating your body at all, we're doing controlled circles with the arms. So notice I'm not rotating at all in my hips. My torso is not rotating. All that's moving is my arms and my hands. Don't shrug. So we're not shrugging those shoulders at all. We're not tense up here. Halfway through the set, all we're going to do is turn around to go the other direction. Same as the lateral step up. Halfway through the set, we'll switch sides. So that's our anti-rotation circles. Next station is some of our cardio. So it's going to be a lateral jump, kind of like a jump squat, sort of, plus fast feet. You're going to have to do some counting in your head here with this one. This one's going to look different for everybody. So this one will take up a little bit of space here. So we do one big lateral hop. So we get down into sort of a squat, and we come up with, a regular jump squat is stationary, and we go up and down nice and smooth like that. So think of that movement, but we're going to try to come over here, land nice and soft like I just did, so it's not jarring on the knees. Once you land, we do about 5 seconds of fast feet. You count, that's where you count in your head. And then jump over again. 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Over here. 5, 4, and so on. So you do your one lateral jump squat, 5 seconds of fast feet, one lateral jump squat. So I want you to jump as far and as big as you can. And that's where it'll look different for everybody, as long as you're giving it your all, however. So do get as low as you can first to get some momentum. You can use the arms as kind of some momentum. Land soft. So when you land, don't just land straight-legged like that, because that's jarring. So land really cushiony like that. And yeah, that's about it. Just go as far as you can. it'll look different for everybody, depending on our abilities and our muscle type and our fitness level and where we're at with jumps. And anyways, what we're trying to avoid is kind of like a little, little hop like that. Now, for those of us that have knees or any sort of restriction with impact, we're going to do more of a puddle hop. So you'll do your fast feet, kind of do that one leg leading, that big puddle hop. So it's kind of a push off. It's more gentle. There's very minimal impact. Think of it more like a big wide step that you're just getting a little bit of an oomph for. So that'll be much less impact. I think that'll be the great option for those of us who can't do the impact or are advised not to do the impact. Either way, it's going to be a lot of cardio for all of us. Let's give that one a try. All right, I didn't have a fancy name for this one, so it's pretty literal. It's an overhead hold with a single leg high knee. We're doing contralateral. So the side with the weight, you push that up and you just hold that. We're not doing reps. The other side, we're going to try continual high knees. So this one is a lot of balance. So if you do need to go near something to rest your hand on, go for it. But I don't want you to have to rely on that. So maybe be near something in case you need it, but don't try to use it 100%. Watch out for this arm because it is going to want to start to sink down as you're getting through the set. So maybe do this one in front of a mirror so you can watch this arm because we do want to keep it strong and straight. The bicep is close to the ear. You can put this arm out for kind of some balance if you need to, some leverage. And try to get this knee as high as you can. So we're not bringing it up like this. And we're not trying to do a little high knee. We're trying to get this up as high as possible. Okay? Halfway through the set, of course, we'll switch sides. So we will lose a couple of seconds switching sides. Try to switch as quickly as you can. That one's going to be a good challenge on the shoulders, hip flexor, hip, leg, and of course the balance. Okay, and the last one, we're going to keep that up, up, down, down theme going with some bicep curls. Same as the chest press with the up, up, down, down. So one side goes up, other side up, one side down, other side down. Just keep that pattern going with the curls. I like this too because it kind of forces some controlled speed. So if you're someone who maybe tends to flop their curls maybe a little too fast, this kind of helps control that. And don't do them too quickly. Don't start one while you're like, very controlled. Make sure one full movement is completed before you start the other side. Does that make sense? I'm coming all the way up, pause, before I start the other side, all the way down, pause, down, pause, up, up. So, yeah. All right. It's a little bit of bicep isolation for our final station. And the team builder is going to be a partner back-to-back walk. So can use these stability balls, but I don't think we'll have enough for everybody. You can use stability balls or the slam balls. And I will say, though, it'll be slightly easier with the stability balls, I think, because the slam balls are weighted. So what you're going to do is you're going to be back to back onto the partner. So in this example, the wall would be like my partner. So you'd be back to back. And you're going to hold the ball between your backs. So the ball would be between my other partner's back. And like this, okay? And then you walk around. I'm going to leave it up to you, to every individual group, how you can both walk sideways. So no one has to go backwards. Or you can go, one direction for half the time and then go back the other direction for the other half the time. So each person gets to go forward, that each person gets to go backwards. Sideways might be kind of interesting. I'm going to leave it up to your coach how they want to direct you to do this or how long, 60 to 90 to 120 seconds. But I think it's going to be really fun. It's going to force a little bit of teamwork and stability, control, that kind of stuff. Have fun with it. I hope the coaches get some good videos of this. All right, have fun. All right, so that is week 18. I hope everybody enjoys this workout. Maybe a couple of new exercises for you that you haven't done before, and we'll see you back next week.